Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aydeed Abdul Karim. My matrix number is CN190145 and my supervisor is Encik Shafawi bin Ismail. So now I will present about the undergraduate project, which is my topic to study on schedule waste management awareness among community at UTHM Parit Raja. So for the introduction, for the first one is the type of waste. Waste means is any substance which are dumped after primary use, or it is worthless or defective and no use. Waste can be categorized by three, which is the first one is municipal waste, biomedical waste, and hazardous waste. Municipal waste is commonly being dumped every day by the public, usually called garbage, and the source of the waste is household, office building, institutions, litter container, and market. So for the biomedical waste, which is any waste from human or animal diagnosis, treatment or immunization, or from research related to it. And it can be classified into biological waste and non-biological waste. The last one is hazardous waste. Hazardous waste in Malaysia known as schedule waste, and the waste is any waste category listed in the first schedule of the environment schedule waste regulation 2015. The category of schedule waste can be divided by 5, which is SW1 metal and metal bearing waste, SW2 inorganic constituent which may contain metal and organic material, SW3 organic constituent which may contain metals and inorganic material, SW4 contain either inorganic or organic constituent, and the last one is SW5, which is other waste. This table shows the list of schedule waste generated in UTHM. In UTHM, there are 10 schedule waste that have been generated by the generator, which is SW305, SW306, SW307, SW311, SW315, SW403, SW404, SW409, and SW429 and SW430. For the problem statement in completing this research, from the observation is many expired substance, especially during Malaysia movement control order. Next is lack of a systematic and sustainable approach to reduce the negative impact. And the last one is temporary storage area is not in the proper condition in terms of safety, because it is combined with the schedule waste and other waste. Next is significance of the study. First is to create clean environment at UTHM main campus, and next is can contribute to the system management to be more systematic in terms of managing the waste, to produce a closed loop operation which all superfluous materials are recycled back into the process, to ensure that the waste can avoid to harm the nature of the environment, can help to prevent from damaging nature of surrounding of a place such as water pollution, air pollution, and others. So for the objective for this research is first to identify types of schedule waste generated at UTHM Parit Raja main campus. Next is to examine non-compliance practice during management of schedule waste. The last one is to propose recovery plan to mitigate or reduce non-compliance while managing schedule waste among community. So for the scope of the study, first one is this research was carried out in UTHM Campus Parit Raja, which involved 21 facilities or laboratory that generate schedule waste known as generator. The second is observe the types of the waste that involved in the scheduled waste management in UTHM for each generator. Next is scheduled waste that been produced of the UTHM, which are 10 of 77 from the list in the regulation of Malaysia. The last one is this survey will be conducted among the BNS students, staff and lecturer, which is located in UTHM Parit Raja. So for the literature review, the characteristic of the scheduled waste can be divided by 5 with their own characteristics, which is toxicity, the waste that cause injuries if there any contact or accumulate in human and other organism, including chemical fertilizer, pesticide and others. Next is flammability, which is flammable waste such as petroleum product, paper, diesel and others. Next is corrosiveness, which is the waste that required a special container to prevent corrosion of standard material, for instance acid and bases. Radioactivity, which means the substance that emit some form of radiation, for instance plutonium and sanding mining. The last one is infectious, which is biological substance such as blood sample, tissue and bandage are usually subject to special equipment and management such as radioactive material. So for the scheduled waste management, it can be divided by 4, which is the packaging process, labeling process, storage process and disposal process. For the packaging process, the characteristic of the scheduled waste must be compatible with the type of material used for the container to avoid any reaction that could damage the container. For the labeling, the waste container must be clearly marked and labeled with the code of the scheduled waste to avoid the mix from the other characteristic of the scheduled waste. Next is storage, which means the temporary holding of scheduled waste before the waste is transported, treated and disposed of by the quality alarm. The UTHM storage is located at the biodiesel plant. And the last one is scheduled waste disposal, which the scheduled waste disposal shall be disposed of at prescribed premise only, and it shall as far as be practicable and be rendered innocuous prior to disposal. So for the disposal process, for the UTHM, disposal can be only done by the quality alarm. The effect of the scheduled waste can be divided by 2, which is human healthy and the environment effect. For the first one is disease, including leukemia, bladder, lung, and stomach ache. Next is soil fertility and structure impact by the release of toxic and gases emission from landfill. Next is contaminate at a supply of water source. Next, ecosystem stress characterized by reduced productivity and biodiversity, habitat loss, and species population decreasing. The last one is pollutant, including SO2 and O3 that are emit into the atmosphere. The next one is poor managing scheduled waste issue, which can be identified by 4 causes, which is spillage, soil contaminated, expired chemical, and contaminated container. The spillage can be caused by the improper steps taken in managing the scheduled waste container. The soil contaminated caused by leakage or container damage cause the chemical absorbed by the soil and can be polluted to the environment. The substance in the laboratory that not utilized for a long time will be meet the expiry and can be cause the expired of the chemical. And the last one is contaminated container has the potential to be one of the factors that contributes to environmental contamination. Next is methodology. Figure shows research flowchart, which including the research objective, which are to identify types of scheduled waste generate at UTHM main campus. Objective 2 is to examine non-compliance practice during management of scheduled waste. And the last one is to propose recovery plan to mitigate or reduce non-compliance while managing scheduled waste and among the community. So this is the Gantt chart for the final year project 1 of the planning and the actual process of the final year project. So for the result and discussion, the expected outcome of this research is scheduled waste management will be conducted by UTHM with a greater level of seriousness. The second one is community will be more aware of the danger posed by the scheduled waste that have been produced in UTHM. And for this research, the result of this research has potential to cut down on illegal dumping, which may be caused by any party. And the last one is decrease the non-compliance of the rules in managing schedule waste. So that's all from me. Thank you.